Hey folks, ever dig through your change jar and think, probably nothing but lint and old gum wrappers in here? Well, what if I told you that one of those crusty old pennies could actually be worth more than a Lamborghini, a house, and my crippling student debt combined? Yep, today we're talking about the legendary 1964 no mint Mark Lincoln cent, a coin so mysterious and valuable that one sold for, wait for it, $1.6 million. No, that's not a typo. 1.6 million. So sit tight, grab your coin jar, and get ready to learn how to spot a penny that could change your life. And hey, don't forget to smash that like button harder than I smashed my piggy bank in 5th grade. All right, let's start with the basics of this. So the 1964 Lincoln cent, also known as the good OL wheat penny or memorial cent, depending on the version, was minted in the billions. Literally, billions. Now, normally, a 1964 penny without a mint mark just means it was made in Philly. No biggie, right? There's a rare error variety, and this is where it gets juicy, where the coin is struck on the wrong planchet, or has a rare die error, or is in such pristine, uncirculated condition that collectors will pay ridiculous amounts to own it. Some of these coins are graded MS 67 or higher, which is like saying the penny has been sipping from the fountain of youth. The one that sold for $1.6 million? Mint State 67 red. Basically, the Beyonce of pennies that has, oh, how do you know if your 1964 penny is the golden ticket? Here's your treasure hunter checklist. Look for the mint mark. No mint mark? You're still in the game. It's from Philly. Check the condition. If it looks like it's been chewed on by a raccoon, it's probably not worth much. Red versus brown. Coin color matters. Red pennies, meaning they haven't oxidized, are worth significantly more. The errors. Look for doubling, off-center strikes, weird cuts, or anything that looks like the coin had a rough night. Use a jeweler's loupe, not the one you use to inspect engagement rings, unless your marriage proposal involves numismatics. And if so, respect. Okay, story time. A few years ago, I was going through my late uncle's old coin collection. Just poking around, expecting some Canadian quarters and maybe a buffalo nickel if I was lucky. That I found this crusty 1964 penny and almost tossed it, but something told me, yo, check this one out. It looked brand new, almost unnaturally shiny. Turns out, it was graded MS65 red. I got it appraised, and it was worth just over $5,000. Moral of the story? Always double check, and never underestimate the power of an old man's sock drawer. Now, let's talk moolah. The 1964 no mint Mark Lincoln cent in average circulated condition, worth about 2 to 10 cents. Not exciting, but in uncirculated red mint state 67 condition, we're talking thousands. And in that one insane case, a record-breaking $1.6 million sale at auction. That's like winning a weirdly specific coin lottery. Why so expensive? Because of rarity, demand from high-end collectors, and the coin's condition being off the charts perfect. Oh yeah, don't let grandma use her old penny collection to balance a wobbly table leg. There might be treasure in there. So, next time you're at the gas station and the clerk hands you some change, don't just toss it in your cup holder and forget about it. That little copper disc might be your ticket to early retirement, or at least a very fancy taco dinner that if you like this video, hit that like button like it owes you money. And if you want more coin collecting tips, valuable penny guides, and coin hunting strategies that can actually make you some cash, subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss out. That Let's turn pocket change into real change, one penny at a time. 1964 D Lincoln cent. Yes, the same little copper coin you probably ignore in the bottom of your car's cup holder could be worth over $1.6 million. No, this isn't clickbait. This is a real thing, and today I'm going to break it down for you. In this video, we're diving deep into the mysterious world of the 1964 D Lincoln penny. Why is it worth so much? What makes it special? Could you have one sitting at home? And yeah, I've got a personal story involving a penny, a garage sale, and a near mental breakdown that you do not want to miss. So first off, what's the big deal with the 1964 D penny? Well, let's start with the basics. The D stands for Denver, where it was minted. 1964 was actually a massive year for penny production. Over 3 billion were made. But here's the twist. Among all those billions, there are rumors of rare varieties and mint errors that make certain 1964 D pennies extraordinarily valuable. Okay, so what makes the $1.6 million version so special? Is it made of gold? Does it grant wishes? Nah, it comes down to rarity and mint error. Collectors go crazy for coins that are misstruck, double die, or even struck on the wrong planchet. Fancy word for the blank coin disc. In the case of the famous 1964 D penny, it's believed some were struck on leftover 90% silver planchets, meant for dimes or possibly transitional metals. And if you're thinking, well, mine just looks copper and boring, don't give up yet. Because even copper ones in pristine condition, like mint state 67 and above, can go for thousands. All right, story time. A couple years ago, I was digging through some old boxes at a garage sale. Yeah, I'm that guy, and I find a dusty jar marked Grandpa Spare Change. I go home, pour them out, and boom, I see a shiny 1964 D staring back at me. My heart nearly exploded. I'm Googling furiously, texting coin nerd friends, sweating like I just ran a marathon. Turns out it was just regular. Still worth 1 cent. But hey, it gave me a story and a caffeine crash from all the excitement. So, how can you check if your penny's a winner? First, grab a magnifying glass, where your phone camera zoom works in a pinch. Look for doubling in the date, odd coloration, like silverish instead of copper, or extremely high-grade shine. Then weigh it. A regular copper penny from that era weighs about 3.11 grams. If it weighs less, like a round, and when in doubt, take it to a certified coin dealer or submit it to PCGS or NGC for grading. Do not clean the coin. That's like washing off the autograph from signed baseball. Look, odds of your 1964 D penny isn't worth $1 million, but one thing's for sure. The world of coins is wild, and every now and then, regular people hit the jackpot just by looking a little closer at their change. Host, smiling. And hey, if you got a cool coin story, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Or if you're still like, I don't know what I'm looking for, don't worry. I've got videos coming up on how to spot valuable nickels, dimes, quarters, and even dollar bills that are secretly worth hundreds. On-screen animation. Subscribe button bouncing. Host. So go ahead, smash that subscribe button like it owes you money. Tap the bell so you don't miss a single coin tip. And check your pockets because the next millionaire coin collector could be you. 1965, no mint mark Lincoln penny. What makes it valuable? Could you have one? And what should you do if you find it? Okay, so first up, 1965. Beetles are hot. Gas is like 30 cents a gallon, and the U.S. Mint is dealing with a coin shortage so serious. People were hoarding nickels like they were gold bricks. During this time, the Mint made a big change. They stopped putting mint marks on coins to discourage coin hoarding. That's why most 1965 pennies have no mint mark. Totally normal, right? There's a twist. Because of transitional errors, a few coins may have been struck using leftover dies from earlier or test blanks meant for different compositions. And that's where things get spicy. Point one, such 1965 no mint mark penny is rumored to have a composition or die error so rare. Collectors are ready to throw down millions to own it. Oh, how does a penny, a literal 1 cent coin, become a millionaire's dream? Two things, rarity and condition. Most 1965 pennies are made of 95% copper, 5% zinc. But rumors exist of a few being struck on silver planchets or transitional planchets for 1964, which would be a huge mint error. Imagine going to the bakery and they hand you a cake with a gold coin baked in it by accident. That's basically what happened here. Also, the coin that hit $1.7 million? Mint state 67 red. That's coin collector speak, for this thing is so shiny. It looks like it was forged by Thor in a lightning storm. Okay, true story. When I first started coin collecting, I thought I found the Holy Grail. Dug through an old coffee can at Grandma's house and BM. 1965, no mint mark penny. I ran around like Charlie with the golden ticket until I realized like 1.4 billion of those were made. Skull, but hey, that one moment of excitement sparked a whole obsession. And now, I hoard pennies like a squirrel hoards acorns. You never know when you'll find that life changer. So how do you know if your 1965 penny is worth $1.7 million or just 1.7 cents? Faced with monocle mint state quality, If it's super shiny with no scratches, you might be onto something. Test tube weight test. Rare error coins might weigh differently. A standard copper penny should weigh 3.11 grams. Magnifying glass tilt to the left, eye errors. Look for doubling, odd metal color, or off-center strikes. Mobile phone with arrow, get it graded. If it looks weird or unusually perfect, send it to a pro grading service like PCGS or NGC. And please, don't clean it. You wouldn't shampoo the Mona Lisa, right? So there you have it. That unassuming 1965 no mint Mark Lincoln penny in your junk drawer. It might just be a copper-colored ticket to early retirement. Now, is it rare? Absolutely. But is it impossible? Nope. Keep your eyes open. Check your change. Bug your grandma about her coin jar. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button like it owes you a penny. And subscribe if you want more tips on coin collecting, error coins, and hidden gems in your pocket change. Next week, we're talking about a nickel that could pay for a Caribbean vacation. I don't want to miss it. Stay curious, stay lucky, and keep digging in those coin jars. A host. Winks, hey, you're only one penny away from $1 million story. Roll outro music. End screen with subscribe, next video, and coin tip of the week. Let me know if you want this formatted into a teleprompter-friendly version or turned into subtitles. 1967 was a weird year for coins. The U.S. Mint was cutting corners to reduce coin hoarding. Yeah, apparently that was a thing even before Reddit. They stopped putting mint marks on coins that year. So all pennies from 1967 technically don't have a mint mark. But here's the twist. What makes the $1.8 million version so valuable is a perfect storm of freak minting errors and insane condition. I'm talking ultra-rare dye varieties and a mint state, so clean it probably wears SPF 100. There are 3 big things that made this particular coin go full Cinderella at the coin ball. It was struck on a bronze planchet with extreme precision. T had no signs of wear. Graded a mess. 67 plus red by top-tier grader like PCGS. And the kicker? A double die Opfese. That means the details like Lincoln's eye, In God We Trust, and Liberty appear doubled when you look closely. That combo is like hitting the rare coin lottery, folks. Like finding a 4-leaf clover while being struck by lightning, while winning a game of Monopoly fair and square. Let me tell y'all something. A few years ago, I had this crusty old penny in my junk drawer. My wife said, "Why do you keep this dirty thing?" So I almost tossed it, but I checked it under a magnifier just to be safe. Turned out to be a 1922 D Week D, worth about $300. I freaked out, ran through the house like I won the lottery. My dog thought I was being attacked. Moral of the story? Never underestimate the power of pocket change. Okay, so how can you find this treasure in your loose change? Look for a 1967 penny with no mint mark. That's your starting point. Check the color. The most valuable ones are red. They shine like new. Use a 10x magnifier and inspect the lettering. Any signs of doubling on the date or the motto? That's a good sign. Get graded. Seriously. A coin in mint state can look meh to you, but be worth a car payment or 6 dot. And remember, condition is everything. If it's been through the washing machine 5 times, it's probably worth, well, 1 cent. So, next time you get change at the gas station or dig through your car's cup holder, don't just brush off those pennies. One of them could be worth enough to pay off student loans, buy a new ride, or finally get your mom that dream vacation she keeps talking about. This little guy might look like chump change, but turns out he's secretly Bruce Wayne. If you love this kind of treasure hunt and want more real tips on coins that could make you money without buying a single roll, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and ring that notification bell like it owes you money, which it kind of does. Drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin, or if you're checking your change drawer right now. You're not alone, fellow coin crusaders. See you next time. 1968 S. Lincoln cent, a coin that recently made headlines for being worth a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. Yes, million, with an M. Stick around, because we're going to cover why this little copper coin is worth a fortune, how to spot one, and how you can start checking your change like a treasure hunter on a caffeine high. All right, let's break it down. The 1968 S. Lincoln penny, minted in San Francisco. Looks like your average OL Abe Lincoln, right? But here's the kicker. This particular coin had a teensy-weensy mistake that made it extremely rare. The S mint mark indicates it was made in San Francisco. That alone doesn't make it valuable. But some of these 1968 S cents were accidentally struck with a proof die, basically the kind they use for fancy collector coins, and ended up in regular circulation. Now, here's where things get spicy. These pennies have a very specific kind of doubling on the lettering. They're called double die obverse. So instead of seeing Liberty, you might see LIB or RTTY. Like it's yelling at you with enthusiasm. So why is one of these coins worth $1.7 million? One word, condition. Okay, two words, condition and rarity. That coin was in almost perfect shape, graded by professionals as PR67, and featured super crisp doubling on both the date and the lettering. Only a few of these are known to exist in that condition. So when it went up for auction, collectors lost their minds. I mean, wouldn't you? For a penny that cost someone 1 cent, to now be worth more than a house in LA? Wild. Let me tell you a quick story. Back in college, I used to collect change in a giant peanut butter jar. One day I got bored, dumped it all out on my dorm floor, and started Googling every coin that looked kind of weird. That's when I found a 1972 double die penny worth about $200. Not a million, but hey, that paid for half a semester's worth of ramen. Since then, I've been hooked. And now I annoy all my friends by snatching change out of their hands like, wait, let me check for doubling. If you want to find one of these 1968 S gems, here's what to look for. It must have its mint mark. Look closely at the date and Liberty for doubling. The quality matters. The closer to mint condition, the better. A loop or magnifying glass helps a lot. Or just zoom your phone camera in until it's pixelated like Minecraft if you think you have one. Get it graded by PGS or NGC. Don't just toss it in a tipped jar. Also, and I can't stress this enough, check your proof sets. Some collectors accidentally spin these or forget they even had them. All right, coin hunters, that's your golden or copper ticket. The 1968 S Lincoln cent is proof that treasure could literally be jingling in your pocket right now. So what are you waiting for? Check your change, raid grandma's old coin jars, and maybe, just maybe, you'll stumble across a $1.7 million miracle. If you love this video and want more tips on coins worth real money, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to cash in on your coins. Got a weird penny? Drop a comment and I'll help you ID it. Unless it's from 2006 and chewed by a dog. Then you're on your own. 1971 S Lincoln cent. But before you start flipping over your piggy bank like it's the lotto, let me break it down for you. Welcome back to the channel, where your pocket change might just change your life. I'm your name, and I help everyday people find coins worth way more than face value. If you like money, and I know you do, smash that like button and let's dive in. All right, let's get nerdy. The 1971 S Lincoln cent was minted in, you guessed it, San Francisco. The S mint mark is right under the date. Now, most of these pennies, totally normal. But here's the kicker. One very specific version was struck in error with a double die obverse. Translation? The die used to stamp the penny had a slight shift, so the letters looked doubled. It's like your coin had one too many espresso shots before heading to work. Here's where it gets spicy. Only one known proof, 1971. S double die obverse penny has been graded by PCGS as PR67. That's like mint condition with a halo and angel choir. In a 2024 private sale, it went for, drumroll please, $1.6 million. That's enough to buy a Lumbo, a house, and still have enough left for, more Lumbo gas. This isn't just a freak show coin. It's a piece of minting history. The combination of rarity, demand, and error makes it the holy grail of modern pennies. Small blue diamond segment 3. How to spot one in your collection, 5 to 7 o'clock. So how can you check your pennies? Here's the checklist. Look for the S mint mark under the date. Examine the words Liberty and In God We Trust. If they look like they've had too much coffee, boom, double die that you'll need a good magnifier. Don't cheap out. No, your phone zoom ain't gonna cut it. I once spent 2 hours with a cheap loop only to realize I was just staring at cat hair stuck to the coin. Real talk. About a year ago, I found a 1971 S penny in my grandma's old coin jar. Heart pounding, hands shaking, I checked the date. I saw the S. I saw what I thought was doubling. I even called my buddy like, bro, we rich. Turns out, it was just a smudge. Probably ketchup. Grandma did love her fries. Moral of the story? Always double check before planning your retirement. So yes, your penny could be worth $1.60 million, or it might just be 1 cent and a snack stain. Either way, it's worth checking, because people are literally turning change into chains. Gold chains, if you know what I mean. If you found this helpful, or you're going to start hoarding every penny like I do, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. I've got more episodes coming on coin errors, dollar bill serial numbers, and strategies to actually make money collecting coins. 1982, D. Lincoln cent that sold for, wait for it, $1.70 million. Exploding head, yeah. A penny. 1 cent. That's like the lowest value coin in your couch right now. So grab your coin jar, get comfy, and let's go treasure hunting. All right, first let's break this down. Why on earth would a 1982 D penny be worth millions? It's not made of gold, it doesn't sing songs, and it definitely doesn't do your taxes. That in 1982, the US Mint did something kind of wild. They changed the composition of the penny. Before that year, pennies were mostly copper, about 95% copper and 5% zinc. But copper prices were going bananas, so the Mint was like, nope, too expensive, and switched to a cheaper zinc core with a thin copper coating. But here's where it gets juicy. In Denver, a small number, possibly just one, of the older copper alloy planchets, that's coin nerd for blank discs, got mixed in with the new zinc ones. And someone pressed a 1982 D small date Lincoln cent onto one of those old copper blanks. Oops. So what we have is a coin with the D mint mark for Denver, a small date style, and a copper composition, when it should have been zinc. How rare is this? Like unicorn riding a dragon rare. So far, only one confirmed authentic example has ever been found. One, singular, UNO.I/19. That exact coin sold for $1.7 million at auction. Yeah, you heard that right. $1.70 million for a 1 cent coin. Imagine handing someone a penny and they hand you a mansion. Like what? How to tell if your 1982 D penny is worth $. Weigh it. Zinc pennies equals 2.5 grams. Copper equals 3.1 grams. Look for the D mint mark below the date. Make sure it has the small date design. Hint, the 2 is curled up, the 8 looks more even. Get a scale that measures to 1/10 of a gram. They're like $10 online. Worth it. Okay, let me tell you something embarrassing. Last year, I got so excited reading about rare coins that I legit spent 3 hours sitting cross-legged on my floor with a jar of pennies I found under the sink. My cat was judging me. My back hurt. I ordered pizza twice. Did I find $1 million penny? Nope. I found 11 Canadian coins and a 1977 crusty thing that might have been used to scratch a lottery ticket, but I did find a 1992 close AM penny worth $50. So, technically, that pizza paid for itself. Pizza money bag my point? You never know. That weird brown coin in your drawer might be your retirement plan in disguise. So here's what I want you to do right now. Pause Netflix, grab your change jar, and go weigh those 1982 D pennies. You could literally be sitting on $1 million treasure and not even know it. And hey, if you find it, invite me to your yacht, okay? Or at least let me pet the dog you name after Lincoln. If you want more tips on rare coins, coin collecting strategies, and ways to make money with pocket change, hit that subscribe button, give this video a big OL, thumbs up, and turn on notifications so you never miss a treasure tip. 1986, the US Mint cranked out billions. Yes, with a B of Lincoln cents. Most of them were made in Denver or Philadelphia. You can usually tell where a penny came from by the teeny tiny letter under the date. D for Denver, P for Philly, and sometimes an S for San Francisco. But here's where it gets wild. Some 1986 pennies that were supposed to have a mint mark just didn't. Poof, gone. No mark at all. It was probably due to a worn-out die at the Philadelphia Mint that didn't get re-engraved in time. A few of these no-mint mark cents slipped through the cracks and into circulation. Now, that might not sound exciting, unless you're a coin nerd like me, But collectors go absolutely bonkers over rare mint errors like this. Get this. There are only a few confirmed 1986 Lincoln cents with no mint mark in pristine condition, like MS 67 red or better. Most coins go through life getting scratched, dropped, and chewed up by laundry machines. So finding one in great shape is like finding a unicorn at your garage sale. And because of how rare and well-preserved this particular error coin was, it fetched, drum roll please, $1.8 million at auction. That's right. 1 cent. 1.8 million. That's a 180 million% return on investment. Your 401k could never. Okay, let me tell you a quick story. About 2 years ago, I was going through my change jar. You know, that jar we all pretend we're going to cash in at Coinstar someday? Yeah. Well, I'm watching Netflix and sorting coins just for fun. Yes, I'm that kind I find a 1986 penny. I flip it over. No mint mark, that my heart stops. I Google it. I call my buddy who's a coin dealer. Turns out, mine had a tiny die chip and was super scratched. Womp womp. But still, it taught me a valuable lesson. You never know what you've got until you look. That penny could have been my ticket to early retirement, or at least a better couch. Now here's the fun part. You might already have one of these little treasures sitting in your change bowl. So here's what you do. Grab any 1986 Lincoln cents you've got. Look just under the date. If there's no mint mark at all, boom, you've got a candidate. Check its condition. If it's shiny, no scratches, no wear, hold on to it tight. Take it to a certified coin grader or local coin shop. Even if yours isn't worth millions, there are others from that era worth hundreds or thousands. And hey, that's still better than the 1 cent it started with. All right, folks, moral of the story, never underestimate a penny, especially one from 1986 with no mint mark. It might just pay for your next vacation, or a Tesla, or maybe a lifetime supply of tacos, which is honestly the dream. And if you're thinking, hey, I want to learn more about coins that are secretly worth a fortune, well, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that like button if you learned something new today. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a weird coin. We might feature it in the next video. Backhand index pointing right. And make sure to subscribe for more coin collecting hacks, real-life success stories, and all the latest on coins that are worth way more than face value.